What's your biggest flex that you'll never tell anyone? When my girlfriend and I worked at the same bar, I threw a coaster at her like a frisbee. It arsed over her and like 20 customers, only to land perfectly on the neat stack of other coasters like 50 feet away. It was so fucking cool, but nobody noticed except one customer who I later had to kick out for taking a nap on the bar. No point in telling anybody, but I look back fondly on that moment. In my public speaking class I had to give a speech on procrastination. I wrote the speech an hour before class. In my feedback notes, I was told I had great preparation. I saw a lizard in the middle of a busy road. I bent down on the side of the road and called for it as I put my hands out. And he ran straight into my arms. I carried him to safety and didn't think anything of it until I heard a stranger behind me go, "Did y'all see that shit? She's a lizard whisperer." Man, I wish there was another witness because I bet I looked cool. Woman in my office had a fairly long piece of toilet paper attached to her shoe and I stepped on it and detached it from her shoe. I felt like a superhero. I still feel like a superhero about it. I saw Elton John in Vegas. Red Piano Tour. During Benny and the Jets, I nailed the whistle part that is on the live version of the song that plays on the radio. He smiled. I can make the price of any stock go down simply by buying it. I have gotten to a place in my life that unless I tell someone, it is nearly impossible to tell I have autism. Had a class where the professor was pissed that everyone did really bad on an essay and was yelling at the class. He said that aside from one person who got a 97%, he was disappointed with everyone there. I had the 97%. I won a YouTuber's writing competition. My story got seen by 100,000 people, which was cool. But all the other winners got a trip to VidCon for a live reading of their stories. I didn't because I don't have social media. Yes, I'm still salty about it 7 years later. I raised $100,000 for a scholarship fund in the memory of my deceased twin brother. Since that time, we've given away over 200 scholarships. Deaf person here. Who wears hearing aids and relies heavily on lip reading. I get excited on the extremely rare occasions I can figure out a spoken phrase without any lip reading or when I recognize a song I know. But there's no point in bragging because other people will just think I'm not that deaf and make less of an effort to face me or speak clearly. Lol. I was quoted on some literary website one time for something I said off the cuff in an argument. I also got to play a few shows with some of my favorite bands of all time, but I'm so far removed from that music scene now that no one I know would ever care about it except for me.